on in this race, and I hear about it on the campaign trail. The trade-off between someone who has a lot of time in the political system versus someone who really brings a different perspective with the attitude that that we need some new ideas and some new leadership to really get things done in Washington. So the themes in many ways haven't very much changed, but of course this new dynamic where it is now for a Republican versus a Democrat. And I've talked a lot throughout the entire campaign about the importance of being willing to reach across the aisle and work with folks on both sides. That although I'm very proud to be a Democrat, I don't think Democrats have a monopoly on all the good ideas. And what we need is some people in Washington who can bring some pragmatic leadership to actually get things done, regardless of party label. But at the same time, it is true in Washington today that the Republican majority is controlling the Congress, and Richard Tassé would be going to Washington to add one more vote to that majority, and an agenda that is unfortunately really controlled by the far right. So I think it's important that we don't do that, because I think that for the people of Massachusetts and the people of the district, the Democratic Party is more in line with our values and shares our values. And that's what I hear on the campaign trail, that Richard may try to paint himself with the Democratic brush and take some Democratic positions on the issues. But the reality is, in Washington today, the only people that folks in the Republican Party are listening to is the far right, and I think it would be a step backward for us to go with that agenda. So those are sort of the two big themes. Do you want a career politician, or do you want someone that's new, and do you want someone who represents Democratic values, or do you want someone who's going to be one more vote added to the Republican majority, which will, regardless of intent, will definitely strengthen in some ways the hegemony of the far right that's been trying to shut down the government and fight against women's values, women's rights, and gay rights, and all the things that Massachusetts has been so progressive on. So I'm very excited to get to work here in the district if I'm fortunate enough to be elected.